Continuing our conversation now with Kate Branson. She is an educational analyst and consultant. And Kate, the profit margin right now is in favor of the teacher that wants to take advantage of the free enterprise system. But from an educational perspective, teachers don't like that. That's not what they want. They teach because they want to teach. So how do they make the two jive in a world where politicians are forcing their hand?
Honestly, that's the question that I could show you a million tweets from teachers that are asking that exact question and asking other teachers how they're feeling about it, because it is really difficult. I mean, when I left the classroom, that was a hard decision and I had to make it for certain reasons, but I loved working with my students. I loved being in there and engaging with them and working on the projects and seeing that light bulb go off. I mean, that's why we were teachers. And so it's very difficult when politics has been already encroaching on our profession. I mean, politics gets thrown in all the time. Teachers get threatened all the time. It's teachers' fault. Now, apparently, we're indoctrinating children. So, when politics gets put into your profession, it can make it always very difficult when it was already sort of a stressful position. I specifically taught special ed. So there's a lot of bureaucratic stuff that went behind that, paperwork and other things. But the idea that you are in a place where you feel like you're going to be more stressed with your students is not a comfortable place. I mean, there's a lot of questions about if the student takes the mask off, what is the teacher supposed to do? Are we going to penalize the child for that? Are they going to get in-school suspension? I mean, how far are they going to go? And for a teacher, we don't want to be in that place. We're there to educate them. We're there to help them and support them and make them curious and want to learn. And teachers that are at the end of their, possible retirement and can afford to do so, for them, it might be a better decision to, like you said, go into the sort of new market area and see where it goes.
I speak from experience on this. I taught on the collegiate level for 9 years, and my sister is now teaching law at UT, so she has an underlying condition as well. She's concerned about going back into the classroom, but moving forward, and I taught at an HBCU, how concerned are you that young brown and black children are going to fall further behind because there are people that are going to be making economic decisions as opposed to moral decisions?
I am very worried for a couple of reasons. One, like they were already very far behind. Two, there is a massive discrepancy in how we support certain areas, like with technology. If they don't have internet access, that's a problem. If we can't decide whether we're going to close a school or anything because we can't feed children, that's a problem. And we have students that are all over this country in urban areas, rural areas that still don't have internet access. They don't have a computer, or they're sharing. If their siblings are off the home and they have one computer, you have to share that. The other worry that I have that will be longer impacting than this is particularly K through second grade. And I know that when we talk about education, and when we hear politicians talk about education, it's always about college, and high school. How do we get our high school students ready for college? And we act like K through 2 is sort of this fun time. It's not as important. When we're looking at it the wrong way. K through 2 is the foundation. If students do not learn to read and have reading skills and their foundational math skills, it will impact them the rest of the way up. And our reading scores are already incredibly low, like scary low nationwide in terms of reading proficiency for 4th and 8th graders. And if we have this population of students that are in K through second grade right now, and they are depending on their phonics lessons and their phonemic awareness skills to be in a virtual or asynchronous versus synchronous learning, and some are getting it from some teachers and some are not, we're going to have a very big discrepancy in our reading skills in students in the next couple of years. I mean, you have to teach phonics in a face-to-face, or you have to be able to see the student. The part of it is looking at the mouth, doing some other things to look at how your voice talks. It's a repetitive thing, and it's a very structured way to teach reading. And if we are not doing that, that's going to impact us in the long run.
How concerned are you about your own kids? And by the way, is Thomas behind you this time?
Yes.
Why? He being so quiet, you can actually tell him we'd like to see him now.
He's very quiet. I think he will also be shy, so I don't know if he will want to pop up. But yeah, so Thomas does have an autoimmune issue. And so we actually were told yesterday, his neurologist, he can't go back to school or play sports until a vaccine comes out. So, that's a lot of positions that some parents are in, that in an ordinary situation, they might not have to be making this. Even if their school is open, they still could have potentially sent their student. I don't have that option right now.
Kate, Thomas, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Del.